I'm on focus. Hey, what is up, guys? It's Luis from BROEBT. Welcome to yet another video. And today I'm going to be talking to you about the cameras that I would recommend for daily vlogging. Now, this question came from Vonik. Is that how you spell it? Or say it, Vonik? Yeah. So essentially, the gist of his or her question is, I want to get a camera for vlogging purposes. What would you recommend? I like what you do. I like your videos. What would you recommend? So it really depends on your personal situation. So in my situation, I was on a budget, but I was willing to save and to invest. Some people aren't as willing and able to invest, and they're just wanting to look for a quick solution. So I'm just going to give a breakdown of every camera, and I'm going to go start from the lowest price point to the highest price point. So let's start with the three cameras that I'm talking about. The cheapest one, or I mean, they're all pretty expensive, but the least costly one would be the GoPro Hero 4, 5, and 6. Anything below a Hero 4, don't even get. Quality is trash. Hero 4 and above. The next one after that, so the step up from that would be the Panasonic G7. I'm using this right now, and this is like the 20th time I've recorded this shot, but I have light coming from my monitor, I have light coming from my laptop, I have light in that corner, and that's about it. I don't have any lights. My ceiling light is not on. I don't have any studio lights on right now. It's just this ambient lighting, and I feel like this shot looks incredible. I love how awesome this camera performs in low light situations. So this is a good starting point for you vloggers. It's lightweight, but let's move on to the next one, and I'll go in depth in a little bit. The step up, I guess you could say, from this would be the Canon G7X. Now there's a G7X Mark II. So that's the second updated version of that camera. That camera will retail you about $599 or maybe $699.99, and that's a lot of money, man. That's a lot, but the image quality is awesome. I think they're on par. The Lumix and the Canon are on par in my opinion. I can't really visually see the difference, but maybe some people might. But in my professional opinion, they're both the same. This one's cheaper, but the other one is smaller and lighter, so it's almost your pick. So let's just compare the pros and cons of all three. So we started with the cheapest being the GoPro, and then the Lumix and the Canon. So battery life across the board, they're all similar. So they're all good. They're not bad, they're not great, but they're good. You know, the camera I'm using right now would probably last me maybe 3 hours of recording continuously in 1080p. If you go up to 4K, which this can do, that goes down significantly. But I mean, let's just assume ceteris paribus that we're all going to record in 1080p 60 frames per second. So let's all do that, and battery across the board is good. Moving on to the image quality, they're all good. The GoPro is going to look a little weird because it's an action camera, so it has a wide angle lens, so it's going to look wide, which if that's what you want, if that's what you're going for, go for it. Check out Street Speed 717. He's a car YouTuber, and if you check out his channel, even if you don't like cars, go check it out. He uses a GoPro Hero 4 or 5, I believe, and the video quality is good, the audio is good, and his videos look great, and he has over 500,000 subscribers, so that should show you where a GoPro could get you. And then on top of that, it's just how small it is, and it's waterproof, and it's light, it's all that good stuff. And so if that's more your style, go for it. Now the next one, or the camera after that I would recommend, again, it's the Panasonic Lumix G7, and that's what I use today. And I love this camera. It's super light, super awesome, super easy to use. The display is fully articulating, so you can flop it out, flop it back, flop it inside out, flop it in, like inverted, all of this cool stuff. And you can use a shotgun mic, which I'm using right now, which is this one right here, and you can do that. Just plug it in straight to the camera, and you don't even have to go into the editing software and match it up or anything. The image quality is great. You tell me how this looks. I mean, I feel like this looks pretty cool. Just looking at the display on the side, I feel like I look good. And then stills look incredible. So when you're taking pictures, those look great too. Battery life, again, it's all good across the board. This isn't waterproof, it's water resistant. So if it's raining, you can use it in the rain, but I wouldn't recommend it, but it promotes that. On top of that, I think it's just overall, all around a good camera. Moving on to the Canon G7X Mark II. I've used the first one, I haven't used a Mark II, but moving on to that one, it's much smaller. It's almost like the best of both worlds with the GoPro and the Panasonic. So it has the image quality of the Panasonic, and it has the lightweight abilities of the GoPro, and it has the flipping screen. So if the GoPro and the camera I have now were to have babies, that's what that would be, in my opinion. Now, image quality wise, some people may argue that that one looks better. I don't know. If you want to go look at quality samples, I don't really have any, but I would recommend you go watch Vehicle Virgins if you don't know what, or if you don't know who that is. It's a car YouTuber channel, over 1 million subscribers. If you know who I'm talking about, then you know that the owner of that channel, Parker, uses a Canon G7X. I don't know if it's the Mark I or the Mark II, but regardless, it looks awesome. And it's really small, it's really low key, so if you want to maybe go into the public space and record yourself, it's not as awkward as the Panasonic, because this Panasonic is like the size of like this. It's like the size of a bowl almost, but you know, that's really up to you and your personal preference. All right, so today I've gone over 3 cameras that I would recommend for daily vlogging, and again, thank you guys so much for the continued support. We will always continue to pump out videos, and I apologize for the lack of functionality that the video I put out was providing. So my intent with that first video I put out was to have people use it vertically. So I recorded it with the front facing camera of my iPhone like this, and I was hoping that people could watch it on their phones like this, you know, just watching it like this versus it landscape. I thought that was cool. I thought it was not like a Snapchat type story, Facebook Live or whatever. It didn't really work out. I would rotate it like this, and it would have the video right here like that vertically, and then I would do that, and it wouldn't go vertical. So and on top of that, I feel like the file's corrupted. I didn't want to edit it again, so here's my last attempt. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.